Russell Westbrook has officially retired from basketball. And I mean, I think we're about to see something happen that happens with a lot of great players. Now that he's gone, people are finally going to appreciate just how special he actually was, right? Because for the last several years, the conversation around Russell Westbrook became about everything he couldn't do. Oh, he couldn't shoot. He turned the ball over too much. He played too fast. He couldn't win a championship. People call him inefficient. People question whether his triple doubles actually mattered. But now that his career is officially over, forget all of that for a second, right? Because when you look at Russell Westbrook's entire career, this dude was absolutely ridiculous, right? And just today, we're going to talk about Westbrook's retirement, give a quick look back at his career, and answer one question, right? How should we actually remember Russell Westbrook? And you know, Westbrook's NBA journey started in 2008. He came out of UCLA and was selected 4th overall by the Supersonics right before the franchise relocated and became the Oklahoma City Thunder. And looking back, it's almost crazy how much talent Oklahoma City had at the time, right? As we all know, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. At one point, the Thunder had 3 future MVPs on the same roster. And then Westbrook quickly established what type of player that he was going to be, right? He wasn't the biggest point guard. He wasn't the best shooter. But athletically, there was almost nobody like him. You know, Westbrook attacked the rim like somebody personally offended him. He could grab the rebound, take off in transition, and be at the other end of the rim of the court before the defense even knew what happened, right? And I mean, alongside Durant, Westbrook helped turn Oklahoma City into one of the most exciting young teams in basketball. By 2012, they were already in the finals. Westbrook was only 23 at the time, Durant 23, Harden 22. It felt inevitable that OKC would eventually win a championship. But I mean, as we all know what happened, they lost to LeBron and the Miami Heat. Harden was traded shortly afterwards, and the championship everybody thought was coming never actually came. For the next several years, Westbrook and Durant became one of the most talented duos in NBA history, right? Russell Westbrook wasn't just Durant's sidekick. Like, the man became a superstar himself, you know? There were nights where Westbrook looked like the most explosive basketball player like we ever seen. But the Thunder kept running into obstacles, right? The injuries, the tough Western Conference competition. I mean, the Spurs, the Warriors. And then came 2016, OKC went up 3-1 against the 73-win Golden State Warriors team in the conference finals. And as we all know, everything collapsed, right? Golden State came back, OKC lost the series. And in that same offseason, Kevin Durant left for the Warriors, right? And then suddenly, OKC belonged completely to Russell Westbrook. And then what did Westbrook do with that opportunity? One of the most unforgettable individual seasons in NBA history. Like 2016, 2017, 32 points per game, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Westbrook became the first player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double for the entire season. But even the numbers don't even completely explain it. You know, the moments were unbelievable. The game winners, the fourth quarter takeovers, ridiculous comebacks. Westbrook played like he was angry at the entire league. And he finished the season with 42 triple-doubles, also breaking Robertson's single-season record at the time. And he won the MVP. And for that one season, Russell Westbrook felt like the center of the basketball universe. But the crazy part is he wasn't finished with the triple-doubles either, right? Westbrook eventually averaged a triple-double over an entire season on 4 different occasions. So think about that. Before Westbrook, averaging a triple-double was treated like one of those records that modern basketball would probably never see again. You know, Oscar Robertson did it in 61, 62. Then 50 years passed by. Westbrook did it. And then he did it again, and then again, and then again. And eventually, Westbrook passed Oscar Robertson for the most regular season triple-doubles in NBA history. And he retires with 209. You know, Russell Westbrook, he didn't just chase an NBA record. He completely changed our perception of what was actually possible. But after more than a decade in Oklahoma City, the Thunder eventually decided to move on with their rebuild. Westbrook was traded to Houston in 2019 and reunited with James Harden. Although that experiment didn't last too long, then he went to Washington, and people sometimes forget how impressive that Wizards season actually became. Because Washington struggled early, but Westbrook eventually found his rhythm and helped push the Wizards into the playoffs. And then we all know what happened next. Then came Los Angeles, and this is probably where his reputation took the biggest hit. The Lakers paired him with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And on paper, I mean, the names looked incredible, right? But in reality, it never worked. The spacing was horrible. Westbrook struggled to adjust. The roster just didn't fit together. And because it was the Lakers and it was LeBron and all these big names, every mistake became national television, right? Suddenly, Westbrook went from former MVP to one of the most criticized players in basketball. And after Los Angeles, Westbrook had stops with the Clippers, Nuggets, and eventually Sacramento. And his role changed each time. The player who once had the ball constantly had to learn how to contribute without being a superstar anymore. And that's difficult for almost any aging legend, right? But one thing, he never really disappeared, right? The energy was always there. He always competed. He always attacked the rim. He always played with emotion. And in his final NBA season with Sacramento, he averaged 15 points and 7 assists across 64 games. I mean, that's not bad at all. After 18 seasons, though, it is over. Russell Westbrook has officially walked away from basketball. I mean, so how good was Westbrook actually? I mean, this is where I think the conversation gets interesting, right? Because Westbrook is going to be one of the most debated legends of his generation, right? His critics are not completely wrong. He was never an elite shooter. His decision-making could be frustrating. His style of basketball could become difficult to build around. Despite playing with some incredible teammates through his career, Westbrook never won a championship, right? That's going to matter when people rank him historically. But here's where I think people go too far at the same time, right? Those flaws shouldn't erase what he accomplished. We're talking about a league MVP, 9 All-Stars, 9 All-NBAs, 2 scoring titles, 3 assist titles, and an NBA Finals appearance, and the all-time NBA record for triple-doubles. That's not just a decent career. That's one of the greatest point guard careers that we've ever seen, right? And I mean, yes, Russell Westbrook never won a championship. That's probably going to be the biggest thing held against him. But championships require circumstances, the timing, roster construction, health, competition. I mean, Westbrook spent his prime playing in an absolutely loaded Western Conference, right? The Spurs were still contenders. Golden State became a dynasty. LeBron was dominating the league. Then Houston became elite. And then the Clippers came about. I mean, there were no easy paths, right? Does Westbrook deserve criticism for some playoff performances? Absolutely. But I mean, who doesn't? You know what I mean? Reducing an 18-year career to he never got a ring, it just doesn't tell the whole story. And I think Westbrook's biggest contribution to basketball goes beyond championships. He made intensity an identity. You know what I mean? Like, there's players who look effortless. Westbrook was the opposite. Everything looked violent. Every rebound mattered. Every fast break looked like Game 7. Every dunk looked personal. He played basketball like he had something to prove every single night. And that created one of the most unique primes we've ever seen. There might eventually be players with better numbers. Nikola Jokic already put Westbrook triple-double record within striking distance, right? But there still will never be another Russell Westbrook. But I mean, now that Russell Westbrook's career is officially over, I think basketball fans should appreciate what we just witnessed. You just witnessed 18 seasons, an MVP, a 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, multiple scoring titles, multiple assist titles, finals appearance, 209 triple-doubles, the most in NBA history, no championship, plenty of criticism, plenty of flaws, but also one of the most explosive, relentless, and unforgettable basketball players that we've ever seen. I mean, Russell Westbrook wasn't perfect, but he wasn't supposed to be, right? He played basketball at one speed, and that was full speed. And whether you loved his game or hated it, when Westbrook stepped onto the court, you noticed him, right? There wasn't a game where's Westbrook tonight? I mean, that's a legacy. So I'll leave you guys with this, right? Where does Westbrook rank among the greatest point guards of all time? Top 10, top 5? How much does never winning a championship actually affect his legacy? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy these type of videos, like, subscribe, because we just passed 400 subscribers and we're on the way to 500.